What I do notice is that Virginias are always a favorable tobacco for me. I mean, the simple flavors, the sweetness, smokability. You have to watch out sometimes for tongue bite. But right off the top, tobacco flavor, sweetness comes through immediately. Not a sweetness like candy, but just you realize there's a sweetness right there. Yeah, I got caught up in the smokiness. You saw me take a little extra, a little choke over there, but that's okay. That's to be expected. Yeah. Wow. I'm saying it's a flake, so it's going to take a while for me to. I like conical pipes, like a Dublin shape. They seem to handle flake tobaccos a lot better. Irish Mike at the club mentions it. A few guys on the internet mention, and I mentioned also that I'm going to pay attention and maybe start showing some videos about my experience with different shapes, different brands maybe. Well, anyway, different tobaccos for sure. I like the flavor right up front. I mean, the tobacco is a smooth flavor to this leaf. Doesn't seem to bite in any way. Now, most Virginias don't, but it could either be a full-fledged Virginia, and you get that sweetness and tobacco, and boom. Again, I told you I've noticed the sweetness. That's very, very, very smooth. Very smooth. I smoked myself out. And there we go. I think it's going to start working. Hey, back in the studio. Brand new studio, though. I have to admit it. Everyone's going to notice. I don't really like to smoke in my cars, but in any of my vehicles, but like I said, it's been a long winter. I haven't been able to smoke as much. Wanted to do a review today. And you know what? Tobacco seemed to have less staying power in the car than a cigar. A cigar will stink the car up. I mean, it doesn't matter how much I enjoy it, it stinks it up. I don't know. I'm going to say there's a creaminess because it coats my tongue. Sweetness catches my attention. There's no way of it, I say, being mistaken. Cloudland tobacco has a certain tang, and it came through. And I'm enjoying that it has a tobacco flavor, because I smoke all different tobaccos. I mean, even Englishes, you taste the tobacco, but you got the Latakia that usually is right there. One of the reasons I always go back to Virginias is, I think I mentioned it once before, I do like the taste of tobacco, especially pipe tobacco. Reminds me a lot of the cigars I used to smoke. Still do, though. I have a humidor full right now. One humidor is down. Um, I don't know. I remember that when I was smoking with the guys, one of the first things we mentioned, and I'll mention it right now again, is how smooth it is. Because Virginias are never harsh, but as I said, you have to watch out because sometimes you can get a tongue bite. And there's different layers of the tang, and I'm going to take a guess that it's the aging process. 14 years has helped this tobacco. I mean, if I could buy a few more tins, it's not, I mean, incredibly expensive, but it's not a regular tin price. I think I was a little bit like $10 above the regular price for the year, and I was lucky enough to find this. But in 2002, if I'm right, it wasn't rated that highly. I think there's a few years afterwards rated a lot more highly than 2002. Now, to me, a Virginia is a Virginia, unless the tin broke its vacuum seal, or is it a seal? I don't know if it's vacuum. I'll never pay attention to that. Well, again, sometimes when you open the tins, you hear that hissing. On this one, I didn't, so I'm going to just say that it was sealed. This one had a beautiful seal. I want to see if I can get this going again. I was talking too much and it's going to lose its light. Nice combination, huh? Works well with this pipe. Well, that's what I noticed. As you get into the pipe, as you go down the chamber, and the tobacco burns, and the cap works, and you get the filtering effect. Um, Different layers. Much of a change? No, but the layers are there. As you smoke it down, the flavors change slightly. And there's a constant sweetness. Tobacco flavor comes through perfectly. This one doesn't really burn that much. I usually get a little bit of a bite from Virginias. And if you notice I'm puffing, I'm not going to say extremely hard, but a little bit more than usual. And right now, no complaints on tongue bite. All right, let me back off. You'll see the section changing again. For you, it'll be a second or so. Then I'll be back. I'm gonna try to smoke it through. Give you my review of everything I noticed about the smoke. I might take on things, and today was a good day. I mean, it's in its 30s out here. A little cloudy because it's going to change again for 2 days. But we broke the vortex, and I'm glad to smoke, especially in some fresh air. It's pretty cool. Talk to you in a little bit. Yeah, I think I pinned down the additional flavors that I wanted to describe to you. Sorry about all of the flubs. I reviewed my video as I was smoking down the bowl. We're talking about building up the cake and everything else. But like I said, a few flubs. It's good. It makes me a regular guy. And it also makes me start relaxing. And I have a dry sense of humor, and sometimes it comes through because I think of crazy stuff inside his head while I'm talking. Well, my review today started because of it being a vintage tobacco. Not vintage the way it's packaged, but vintage. It was a can that was distributed during the 2002 year. It's labeled and tagged as 2002 tobacco. and as I read the description, it came from a 1996 crop. So the leaf itself has quite a bit of age. The process has only 14. McClellan's process within the can, but the leaf itself is way above 14 years, and that might have been the exceptional flavors that I'm discussing. That is why I believe they came through. Now, in general, all of us love Virginias, who do love Virginias, and I do. McClellan has a certain take on its process, and all of us still enjoy it. Doesn't matter. You get that ketchupy, vinegary smell when you open up the tin. You get the trademark sugary, sweet taste from a Virginia. Also, McClellan has its own process that allows a certain type of sweetness and flavor to come through. But one flavor that came through that I've always noticed that all Virginias, at least on the retro here, give you a slight floral. But the floral on this one, enjoyable. Certain times the retro on the Virginias, I take it or leave it. I do to get the additional flavors, because then the back of your tongue takes in on the next draw some additional flavors. That's what happens to me. I don't know if that happens to everybody else, but I've noticed that a lot of Virginias have a slight botanical, floral retro, but this one has something that I just seem to enjoy. And one other thing, because the only other Virginia that gives me this is the ones that say that they're stoved usually. I get a toastiness, which I don't remember McClellan coming through with a toastiness, and I believe that has a lot to do with the age. Now, that should be it for the review today. If you get an opportunity, this is where we all go back and discussing about cellaring some of our pipe tobacco and see the changes over the next few years. Or I would open up a tin after maybe 2-3 years and start aging it in the bottle, and this way, next 3 years after that, certain times of the year I'll take out, smoke 2 bowls, and maybe make some notes. Not nerdy, just not brainy, just to keep track of flavors that we know this. I know this. I'm starting to do that as it is. And I would recommend it, and that's why today I did the review on the McClellan Christmas Cheer 2002. I made a mistake. That was another flub. I said 2012. Guys, hope you enjoyed the review. I'm glad to be back. You will be hearing me from me a lot sooner. Enjoy. Tamp lightly, smoke slowly, and enjoy, guys. Thanks.